The aim of the experiment is to study the relationship between the force exerted and the extension of the rubber band. Next, let us look at the inference of the experiment. Firstly, you can say that the force exerted affects the extension of the rubber band. Secondly, you could also say that the extension of rubber band depends on the force exerted. Next, let us look at the hypothesis of the experiment. The hypothesis is the higher the force exerted, the higher the extension of the rubber band. And lastly, let us look together at the variables of the experiment. Firstly, the manipulated variables is the force exerted. The responding variables is the extension of the rubber band. And lastly, the fixed variable is the diameter of the rubber band itself.
To begin the experiment, we need to hang a platform on the rubber band, and then the initial length of rubber band was measured using a ruler, and after that we can put a 0.01 kilogram of beads into the platform, and the change in length of rubber band was observed, and the final length of rubber band was then measured using a meter rule, and the data obtained was recorded in the data tabulation, and steps 3 until 5 were repeated with different mass of beads of 0.02 kg, 0.03 kg, 0.04 kg until 0.09 kg with the same initial length and diameter of rubber band used.
Based on the experiment, extension of rubber band X is directly proportional to force F. This means that Hooke's law is obeyed. Therefore, the relationship can be written as X directly proportional to F or F directly proportional to X, which means in mathematical equation, we can write it as F equals to Kx, where K is the rubber band constant.
Next, precautions. First, avoid alert from touching any surface to avoid accidental force, such as frictional force that will affect the length of the spring or rubber band. Secondly, make sure there are no presence of wind to avoid accidental forces that will affect the length of the spring or rubber band by conducting the experiment in a room.